Hi, welcome to Food for Thought. This is Rick Whitted. I am the CEO at U.S. Hunger, and I have a really special friend. I'm not even going to say guest. She has her own room in the house here at U.S. Hunger. Mary Mills, the VP of Marketing and all things brand over at College Hunks Hauling Junk. Mary, it's good to have you here.
Oh, Rick, it's nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I just want to start this conversation and preface. I remember, the lowest of lows for the everybody, but particularly a nonprofit like ourselves. I remember you calling as a partner and just saying, "Hey, just want to apologize. We're not able to send you as much money as we usually do."
Mhm.
When College Hunks was also facing incredible uncertainty. You have a person to person business at the beginning of a pandemic. And what you sent, you still blessed us incredibly. But that is the heart behind your organization. And, as we start this call, it's important for me that the whole world knows the kind of companies and leaders that support U.S. Hunger. So I just want to say thank you to the whole world. You and Nick and Omar and all that you all are doing is incredible.
Well, we really felt your appreciation during that time. You really made that clear to us. And I don't know if you remember, but as the pandemic went on, a lot of people started moving and we ended up doing better. And we later
Yeah.
came back and said, you know what, we're going to go back and make good on everything we weren't able to do before.
Yeah.
And we did that because US Hunger is so important to us. And this partnership is so important. And what you do is so important that we just felt like that was something that we needed to do.
Well, so grateful for the friendship, the partnership. Let's just call it family. So grateful for being family between our organizations. So let's talk a little bit about College Hunks Hauling Junk. You all donate 2 meals to our organization for every moving or junk removal service that you complete, and that's a real commitment. It's not just here's a check in the mail. You've made this ongoing promise for years now and have donated more than 3 million meals and counting. I long for the day where we're having a mad party at 5 million and 10 million.
It's not that far off, Rick. It's going to come.
That's exactly right. So, but tell me, why is a partnership like this so important to College Hunks Hauling Junk?
I would say it's important to us because our communities are important to us, and the people who live in every community that we serve are important to us. At our core, we're a socially conscious, purpose driven company. And what better purpose could we serve than to partner with an organization like US Hunger and work to end hunger and provide nutritious, healthy meals? There's not a whole lot that I can think of that would be more purpose driven. So it's a very integral part of who we are. Because we're a franchise system, we are in over 200 communities around North America. Our franchise partners live and work in those communities. Their kids go to school in those communities. They're truly a part of all those communities. So tying together our completed jobs with our US Hunger commitment really makes sense if you think about it. When someone chooses to hire us, they have a lot of movers they could choose from. A lot of people could come and pick up their unwanted items, but they choose us because they trust us. And then we want to put that trust back into the community by giving back. It shouldn't just be our success. It should be something that's shared. So being able to provide healthy meals makes this a really powerful partnership, tying our work success to our donation success. And the last thing I'll say is you mentioned, when we started this, it was in 2017, and I just read something from one of our visionaries, Nick Friedman, and he was quoted that year as saying, "I hope we can give 300,000 meals to this program." 300,000, and here we are, over 3 million. Right. And in addition to the meals, we do our own corporate meal builds. In
Yep.
fact, our teams are planning one right now,
Yes,
and
that's right.
we help on the ground all around the country when needed for setups and takedowns. And that's not the main thing we do, but little other things as well, trying to do anything we can to support U.S. hunger because we really believe it's so important.
Well, and I want to talk a little bit about that because this is, for many, this is not. I know you all. This is not CSR. This is not an ESG. This is not a thing you've put on the corporate, board list and said we're going to check it off. I mean, this is in the ethos there. It's in your
Yeah.
brand to be a part of. It's not just you're moving more than people and stuff. I mean, you're moving the culture and what impacts our world. So you're also committed to other causes, and I'd love to talk about that, like domestic violence, veterans, Habitat for Humanity. Can you talk a little bit about those and how do those really express the brand of College Hunks hauling junk?
Well, you actually almost said our company purpose right in that question. Our company purpose is to move the world. And we're not talking about taking a couch from one home to another or a chair from one home to another when we say that. Our purpose is to make an impact, is to really do something important in the world. So you're right. In addition to our partnership with U.S. Hunger, we have others. We are very committed to military veterans. We have some excellent franchisees who once served in the military. And, we're really grateful for the service they've provided to this country. So we have some programs associated with that. In fact, right now we have a program underway where we're giving away a franchise to a qualified former member of the military, not just a move, a business. We're giving someone a business to run. Wow. So, because it's that important to us and we want to honor that so much. And you talked about some of the organizations we work with. We don't want to pick up people's beloved items and just drop them at a dump and make sustainability that much further away. So whenever we can, we partner with other organizations that we can donate things to. That's an important part of what we do. And lastly, you mentioned domestic violence.
Yeah, and this one blew me away when I heard that you were doing it. I was like, these people are too good.
Well, that was born also out of COVID. Right at the same time we were having those difficult discussions with you. Think about what happened in the world when that first COVID lockdown happened. We were all stuck in our houses, right, with our families. Remember, like the pressure and the stress that caused for families everywhere. And look, we all got through that and got to the other side, right? Unfortunately, there are some people, though, where it wasn't just pressure and stress. There were some people who that lockdown created a very dangerous, violent situation for them. And the hope of having that violent partner leave during the day was now gone. The hope of sneaking out and even getting a few minutes reprieve was gone. People were stuck in bad situations. So we started partnering with domestic violence shelters and worked with local police and started providing domestic violence moves free of charge for anyone in a dangerous situation. Incredible. And when we first started it, we thought, oh, this will be, a lockdown thing. But then we kept seeing a need. So then we thought, well, this will just be a COVID thing. But then we kept seeing a need. So, a year and a half later, we were still doing it. We have now restructured that program. We're providing free moves during Domestic Violence Awareness Month, which is in October, and then providing assistance throughout the year, working with those shelters in a different way so that we can keep the program up and running. So, those are some of the other things we do. But, our partnership with U.S. Hunger is that's the one that's at the most forefront. We talk about that one a lot because it is so critically important to us.
Yeah. Well, for on behalf of the families that we serve and all of the families that you all are clearly impacting way beyond just us, Thank you. Thank you for making it more than a business, making it more than a job, making it more than being about profit. And it's okay to grow and it's okay to be profitable,
Yeah.
but to also impact the world while you're doing it. Just that's not a business. That's a brand. That's a commitment. And we are truly grateful for that. As we wrap up, gosh, it's almost time to wrap up. And I feel like we're just started. Your business is so unique because
Mhm.
you're in homes across
Yeah.
this country. And, when you look at, although falling now, still the cost, I remember seeing a two in front of my gas price.
Mhm.
Cost of gas is astronomical. Food is up 25,
Mhm.
35%. And you're in homes every day moving folks across the country. I know there's real pain because we hear those in our stories through our full cart program.
Mhm.
What is College Hunks hauling junk seeing in terms
Mhm.
of needs? I'm sure you have eyes to the ground. Is it getting better? Is it getting worse? Would love to know what you guys are seeing out there.
Well, I think you're asking a really important question, because look, we all have different realities, right? So some people who are watching this may not feel it as much when they're at paying more at the pump or they're checking out at the grocery store. Yeah, they see the prices are higher, but it's okay. You know what I mean? Like they can handle it. But not everyone is as fortunate to be able to just handle that. There are a lot of families that are really struggling. And if they were just barely getting by before,
Mm,
and now, you didn't hit on the cost of affordable housing. Housing has gotten so expensive. So if you take a family that a year or two ago was just making it, and now their housing costs have gone up and their transportation costs and their food costs,
yes.
something has to give in that if they were already living paycheck to paycheck. So, what often gives is healthy food. It's people are struggling to get by and the economy has been tough for a lot
Yeah.
of people. So, I think it's safe to say the need has never been greater.
Yeah.
I don't think the need has gone away in any way. And I think that's exactly why what US Hunger is doing is so important and why an ongoing commitment is so important. This isn't the kind of thing where you, as you said at the beginning, you just write a check and you're done. The
Yeah.
need hasn't gone away. So the commitment to help shouldn't go away. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, I like to think of like, instead of thinking big picture, thinking of like an individual family, just like picturing a family who is, working hard, trying their best, just getting by. And then now think about all the new things that have come along and the price increases and all of that. And, if you can help that family times however many other families there are just like them,
Yeah.
like, why
Yeah.
wouldn't you do that? You
Yeah,
know?
you're so right. I think I'm hearing stories through our stories where rent went up $500. I mean, you just
Yeah,
wiped out the grocery budget and the medical, you
right.
know,
Yeah.
prescription budget in many, many cases. So,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you, College Hunks, Hall and Junk. Thank you, Nick, Omar, Mary, the whole team, Roman. Thank you all for reminding us that more goes on in the boardroom than just balance sheets and P&L, that you are
Mm.
talking about things that make a difference, that impact our world. I am so grateful for that, and the families that we serve are truly
Mm.
grateful for that. And so, it has gone way too fast. We're going to have to get you here and have a longer conversation in the future.
We can
Mary,
talk
it has.
we have a passion about all day long, can't we, Rick?
That's right. That's right. It's been great having you on. Again, thank you all for the support to U.S. Hunger and the families we
Mm.
help. Thank you for what you're doing with veterans and with those really in domestic abuse crisis scenarios. Just grateful for you. It's good to see you, Mary.
Good to see you, Rick. Thank you so much for having me.
Great. Thank you.